Guys, today I will be sharing how to make no-bake blueberry cheesecake. For the ingredients, we need 18 pieces of Marie biscuits or any plain biscuits, 110 grams of butter that we're gonna melt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of desiccated coconut. So I crushed the biscuits and I melted the butter. We're gonna combine the crushed biscuits, the sugar, and the desiccated coconut. Give it a mix. And then once it's thoroughly mixed, add the melted butter. Adding the butter, don't add it all at once. Just check the consistency of the mixture. If you find that it's too dry, add more butter. You know that it's correct if you press the mixture and it clumps up together. Just like this. I have a 9-inch springform pan lined with parchment paper on the side and at the bottom. Then just dump in the prepared crust. Press it until it's well compacted. And then just put this in the fridge while we move on to the next step. Now for the filling, we need 1 cup of whipping cream, 500 grams of cream cheese, 1 cup plus 1 tablespoon of icing sugar that is sifted, 2.5 tablespoons of water, 2.5 teaspoons of gelatin, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So to begin, we're just gonna bloom the gelatin. So combine the water and the gelatin, give it a mix, and then set this aside. Now with the cream cheese, it's important for it to be at room temperature. So we're just gonna beat the cream cheese first using an electric mixer. Use a spatula to scrape down the side of the bowl. And then continue mixing. At this point, you can add 1 cup of icing sugar or powdered sugar. With the sweetness of the cheesecake, it depends on you. You can add more sugar or you can add less if you don't want it to be too sweet. Occasionally stop to scrape down the side of the bowl. At this point, we can add the vanilla. Give it a quick mix before adding the lemon juice. With the lemon juice, it's optional, but lemon juice makes the cheesecake thicker. Set this aside for a while we move on to the whipping cream. So with the whipping cream, whip this until it reaches soft peak stage. Just like this. And remember the bloom gelatin. It is now time to melt this in the microwave for about 10 seconds or until it becomes liquid again. Just like this. And then give the cream cheese one quick mix just to loosen it up a little bit. And then we're gonna add the whipped cream in 2 additions using the folding method. If you don't want to use gelatin, you can put this in a cup and it will be this thick. Now it's time to add the gelatin all at once. Make sure that the gelatin has cooled down. Don't add it when it's hot since it comes from the microwave. And this is now ready to be transferred into the prepared springform pan. Use a spatula to smooth the top, but it doesn't need to be perfect since we're gonna put blueberry pie filling on top. And then we're gonna place this in the fridge for about 4 hours or overnight. So once the cheesecake is set, you can release the cheesecake from the springform pan. Now for garnish, this is optional. This is half a cup of whipping cream, half a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1.5 tablespoons of icing sugar. By the way, all the icing sugar should be sifted. And then beat this until it reaches stiff peak stage. Just like this. Transfer this into a piping bag. I use 1 Wilton tip, but again, adding whipping cream on top or whipped cream on top is optional. It will just serve as a border for the blueberry pie filling. So I'm just piping the whipped cream on the top side. And then add the blueberry pie filling. So I'm using a store-bought blueberry pie filling. And then add about 4 to 6 heaping teaspoons of the blueberry pie filling. Or you can put as little or as much as you like. So just move the blueberry pie filling to cover all the spots of the cheesecake. And this is the finished product. And since it is the festive season, I decided to put a little bit of holy sprinkles on the top. This is optional again. So easy to make. And this is the decorated finished product. And just to show you what it looks like when you slice the cake. The first one is always the hardest to slice, but once you pass the first slice, you will cut the cake perfectly. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you give this a try. This cheesecake recipe is so easy to make and very delicious. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!